Okay, so we already basically talked about this, and you all very clearly showed me that for the baby animals we did var, which is for a variable, baby animals, which was the name of the array, and then a list of all of our strings, right? Here's another list that we could have done. Again, you can do a list of any type. Okay, so the thing that we're going to learn today is we've got this whole list, right? Actually, can you go back?
Yeah.
Oh. No, sorry. Can you
One more.
Okay, so we've got this whole list, right? We've got this list of URLs, YouTube, Google, Instagram, Facebook, right? But now on our computer, we want to say, computer, I know that you've got a list of URLs, but I just want you to give me the URL for Instagram. It's the only one I really care about. I'm not trying to go on Facebook right now, don't care about Google, don't care to go to YouTube, just want to go to Instagram. How can we tell the computer to just give us this one? Instagram.com. Any ideas? Okay, so if we had this open to us on our in our JavaScript console, we could click on it. But what if we're on the line below and we're just talking to the computer? Because again, the computer only understands a certain language, right? And right now we're talking to this computer in JavaScript. So we're saying, okay, computer, we're speaking to you in JavaScript. We want this one. How can we get it? This is tricky. So now let me ask you this question. If right now I was to say, hey X, what sweatshirt are you wearing? Super dry, he says, okay. How come he answered me and Thielen didn't answer me? But how did he know I was talking to him? Because I said his name, right? Okay, what if I said, hey, number 1, 2, 3, 4. What's your name? Brianna. Okay, how come Brianna told me her name and Rodani didn't tell me his name? Because it said number 4. And she's assigned to number 4, right? It's the same thing that we're going to do with arrays. So we're going to count and say, okay, so number X, computer, I want number X in my array. Now the only difference between the way that I count, the way that you count, and the way that the computer counts is that I will start with 1, 2, 3, 4. The computer always starts with 0. Always. It's just something we have to remember as developers, right? So when I'm counting, if I was to do it again, I would say, okay, number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's your name? Okay? So that's how we're going to count. So if I want to say, hey computer, give me Instagram, which number am I going to ask for? 3. So raise your hand if you say 3. 2. Raise your hand if you say 2. Raise your hand if you say 1. Okay. Okay. So now, computer, I want Google.com. Which number? What am I going to ask for? 1. Exactly. Computer, lastly, can you give me Facebook? Which number? 3. Exactly. Okay, so these numbers that we're talking about, where we're assigning them, are called indexes. So retrieve an element using the index, right? So that just means that we have to put the actual index to get that element in the array. All right, so it's important that we also keep in mind that each item in an array, each thing in the array is called an item. Just so that you know colloquially when you're talking to other developers. All right, so is the location of a, okay, blah, 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 this is just talking about 0 or 1. So again, here's an array of teachers. Zachary, give me the index of Peter. Just Zachary.
4.
4? 0. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Okay, now, Alexis, what's the length of this array? 5, right? Okay, now how come the length, if this, we picked the last one, right, and we said that the index was 4, but the length is 5. Does that work?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What
What?
was the question?
Okay, so we've got this array. I asked you for the index of the last one, and you said 4. Then I asked Alexis what the length is, and she said 5. Does that work? I'm getting mixed signals. Why does it work? How does it work?
You're not asking for the index, you're just asking what's the length.
Exactly. I'm not asking for the index, right? I'm just asking what's the length. And in this case, and in every case, whatever the index of the last one is, the length is always just 1 plus that, right? Because we started at 0. So I'm counting as a human being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The computer is counting as a computer being 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Does everybody get that? Okay, Jacob, can you give me the index of Eliza?
1.
Boom. Okay, so now we see them. Okay, so Tanya, how many cars are in the parking lot? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice.
Wait, so when you're asking for the length, you said it was 1?
Okay, great, yes. So when I'm asking for the length, I'm starting with 1 because the length just means the same. So I didn't say, Tanya, what's the length of these cars? I said, Tanya, how many cars are there? It's the same thing, right? The length is just how many are there. The index, or what's the last index, you start with 0. Okay? So, Theolinda, what is the index of that red car? 3, exactly. But what's the length of the amount of cars? Exactly. All right. So now we are going to just do very quickly. Now we understand it in our minds, but we need to just make sure we understand how to write it in code, right? So we said, for instance, oh, shoes, can you go back? All right, so to get to carrots, what's the index of carrots? Exactly. So in code speak, we would say, okay, take the variable name of this array, and in brackets, because it's an array, give me the index of whatever number I want, right? So if I want to get the index, if I want to get the word carrots, I'm going to say vegetable of 1. What if I wanted to get celery? I would never, celery is gross, but what if I wanted to? Exactly. So, but more specifically, what would I write? Exactly. All right. These symbols are right. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so lastly, we've got teachers of 1. What's this going to give us back, Andre? Eliza, yes. Yes. Okay, so now today, just to show you, just like Yolanda said, we've got index and array. Length. These are 2 different things. They're 2 different things. Bottom line. Okay, so we've got array of some number, whatever index, and then we've got dot length. So anytime we're trying to get anytime we're trying to get this value of Facebook or get this value of Instagram or Google or whatever, we're going to do of the number. Anytime we're trying to just find out how many are there, we're going to do dot length.